If you've been keeping track, it's been a historically high year for crashes involving cars versus people. Not just in Boise, but across the country. Locally, unfortunately, the outcome has been fatal for several people in our community. Cyclists, children, kids in high school. City of Boise has been looking for solutions to safely share the street, and one council member says he has the answer. Last night, Boise City Council announced the creation of the Traffic Fatality Review Task Force. A revolutionary, or reactionary plan, I should say. But Andrew Bartline explains why the city says it will have long-term solutions.
It's a problem driven by numbers.
Yeah, it hit pretty close to home.
But intersecting with people.
This year, Boise has experienced the most pedestrian and bicycle-related fatalities in history.
Focused mostly on the names.
No matter if they're driving a car, riding a bike, or walking down the sidewalk.
Including Federal Way.
James Kelly was killed. A driver didn't see him going across the crosswalk and turned in front of him.
Highway 55 and Beacon Light.
Rylan, he was on his way back from the mountain bike park.
16th in Washington.
The long-live Jaden Pin, so this was the kid that was hit on 16th Street. So his mom gave this one to me.
Jimmy Halliburton, he spent 16 years to make Boise bikeable.
It's hard to tell what hat I'm wearing when it comes to this conversation. You know, through the Boise Bicycle Project, we donate thousands of bicycles to kids every year. There's over 12,000 kids who are riding on BBP bicycles, and we certainly feel that sense of responsibility for their safety.
Both through his work at BBP and as the Boise City Council president, Jimmy's delivered a pitch in the interest of both.
I think we wanted to make sure that we were doing everything that we possibly could to make streets safer as soon as possible. And at this point, there really wasn't a specific mechanism where Ada County Highway Department, City of Boise, the Boise Police were all really working together to evaluate these things at the same time.
The solution? A Traffic Fatality Review Task Force. Police, the Highway District, and the city working collectively to ensure safe streets.
It meets quarterly to review any sort of incidents that have occurred, and it meets immediately every single time after a fatal crash has occurred.
Because the fatal crashes are too close.
Yeah, so the ghost bikes, they kind of give me chills. And there's a ghost skateboard where Jaden was hit, and it's a bicycle or a skateboard that's spray painted completely white, and it signifies that a rider was killed. But the reason it kind of gives me chills is I've put a few of them up.
A memorial for the name, not the number.
For any of the kids at Boise High School, you know, they lost a classmate this year. For anybody who goes down to the downtown YMCA, they lost a member of the YMCA. For the folks that live in Eagle, they lost a kid out there that was on the mountain bike team. I mean, these are people in our community that add a lot of value, and they make Boise and the Treasure Valley a better place. And when we lose them to preventable crashes, our community loses something really important.
Jimmy says the value of bringing police, ACHD, and the city together for one team is because there's a variety of solutions that all need to work together to solve this problem. I'll say personally, after living in a few places, Southern Idaho has a strong running red lights culture. Jimmy agreed with that quickly. That's something the city would need police's help with. Jimmy says road design is another aspect. 35-mile-per-hour posted limit would be a good thing in some areas, but if it's a 3-lane road that's one way, well, it feels like you should probably be going 55 there. So bringing everyone together to discuss these issues when a crash happens, Jimmy hopes will create an immediate change in that area that would benefit similar situations elsewhere around the city too, Brian. Also, many different names Jimmy gave us when we talked with him earlier today. People this year specifically. Obviously, we couldn't go to every intersection where something has happened, so no intention to leave anybody out. There's a lot of them, more than we could get to today.
Amazing that he knows every single one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.